All right, we are going to go over how to do our measurements. This is going to be such a great way to keep as consistent as possible. And so we're going to kind of go over the different places we want to measure, how to measure, and then also we want to make sure we are measuring always in centimeters, not inches, and definitely centimeters. Don't measure in inches and try to convert it. It's just going to be, you'll find, even if you've never done it before, centimeters is so much easier and really consistent. So we're going to start by measuring certain places on our body, and I'm going to show you where and how. So we're going to do chest, we are going to do your waist, your low belly, and your mid thigh. Those are going to be the most gorgeous places for us to see progress. Now, we sometimes will also see progress like in your arms, in other areas we sometimes don't measure. But this is why also, I'm gonna throw this in here, your progress pictures are so incredibly important, because sometimes a place we're not measuring is taking off fat. And a good reminder for that is, for your progress pictures, wear the same like swimsuit or sports bra and undies in the same lighting, in the same place, because the more consistent your pictures look, the more consistent and easier it's to see. And we get it. Sometimes you might be traveling, or you might be at somebody else's house or in a hotel. Girl, work with your controllables. But if we can keep that consistency, it really makes a huge difference, because we can see it. The less variables we have to like play around with, the less variables we have to play around with, and it's so much clearer. So measuring though, I went on my little tangent. We're always going to measure in centimeters. It is a gorgeous way to measure. And like I said, we're gonna do chest, waist, low belly, and mid thigh. Now, one thing we like to sometimes do is we like to feel as small as possible. So we like go as tight as possible. Don't do that. It's one, uncomfortable, and it will make your results really inconsistent. So we always want to leave a little bit of space while we're measuring. We don't want it to be super tight or snug. We want it to be, as we do this, a little bit of room, right? So we've got some space, and it's still nice and snug to my body, but it's not like where I'm pulling it, right? It's not like, it's not digging into my skin, things like that. So for the upper chest, it is the upper chest, but for this, we're gonna go under the armpits, right here at the top. We're gonna have a nice little thing. We want it to be as much as possible straight around the back. Sorry, my hair's in the way. Straight around the back and straight around the whole way. So this would be your chest measurement. Take a minute, jot it down, and then your waist is always, whoop, I dropped it. The waist is always gonna be the smallest part of your waist. Now, it usually typically falls kind of around the belly button area. Everybody's a little different. I was in a competition, so I have a little bit of a weird tan going on. My tan's coming off, so you're like, why does she look so crazy? There you go. But here, this is the smallest part of my waist, and I have kind of a smaller waist. So I have a short torso. So right here, it's a little bit above my belly button. All you're gonna do, same thing, nice and loose, boom. That's it, write down your measurement. For low belly, I'll pull down a little bit here. For low belly, it's gonna be usually a little bit above your hips at the widest part of your belly. And for me, again, it's not gonna be a huge shift because I have such a short torso. My hips are right here. So for you, it might be a little bit lower, totally normal. We all have different torsos, lengths, sizes, all of that. So no stress if yours looks a little bit different than mine. What we're gonna do, same thing. This is where my low belly is. And then, I have it in inches. Switch it back to centimeters. And we'll nice and loose, and that'll keep it really beautiful. Again, having a little bit of space, where it's not where you have so much space you can put your hand in, but it should feel like maybe like a finger's worth in there. That way you don't have it nice and digging. We don't want it digging. And then the last place is our mid thigh. And for this, to keep it really consistent, I like to kind of think, here's the top of my thigh, here's the bottom, so I've got pretty long legs. I'm gonna go smack dab in the middle, and you can kind of I find that I have a little bit of a crease right here. And that kind of helps me keep it consistent. For you, you might have like a freckle or something there. Just maybe see if there's anything as you measure that first time, if you notice any little piece of you where it's like an inch above your belly button, jot it down in a note section or in a journal, in your phone note section. That way you have it and it's good to go. But for your mid-thigh, we're just gonna wrap it around. See, it's about, I have, like I said, long legs. Same thing, we're gonna go nice and loose. Not nice and loose where it's like hanging, but I should be able to maybe get like a finger in there, barely, and then boom. Nice, I can like move the tape around. Actually, I probably should pull it a little bit more because it's a little loose. But there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So I should still be able to move it, but it shouldn't be like digging in. There's our mid-thigh. We write that down, and then those are all of your measurements. The more consistent, even if it's not perfectly where I just measured them, the more consistent you are, like I said, the more accurate your data is gonna be, and it just helps us create that really gorgeous picture of all the beautiful progress you're making. So let us know if you have any questions about this. Send us a message in Telegram, and we are super happy to like go over it more, or if you're just making sure you want to send a video, like, is this right? Girl, we love it. We want to make sure you are set up for success. So thank you so much. Hopefully this helps, and we are looking forward to all the progress we're going to make.